Hasan, the gift that keeps on giving. What did he possibly say this time? In case you don't know him, allow me to introduce you to Hamas, Diddy, Osama bin Laden, Adolf Epstein Piker. Back at it again with some more retarded ass shit. Who did he accuse of being a criminal this time?
Is completely losing his
What the fuck is wrong with his teeth, bro?
mind. He's now going around desperately trying to slander people. He says that Asmongold thinks brown people are inferior and will laugh if they are ethnically cleansed, which is
Okay, so let me just get you, let me get you caught up to date. Okay, so Nug's a pedophile, and he's a racist, and he's Islamophobic, and I believe he's an anti-Semite while he's Jewish. Asmongold killed his mom. Asmon's a pedophile. Yeah, Asmon is also a racist. I'm a rapist. I'm a pedophile. I'm a racist. And then what? I think Mudahar is also anti-Semitic. I think Ethan, who's also a Jew, is anti-Semitic. I'm pretty sure he called Dan Saltman anti-Semitic. Well, he's also Jewish and also a sex pest. Meanwhile, Hamas, Diddy, Osama bin Laden, Adolf Epstein Piker also went to a Diddy party, admitted, and said he was attracted to young girls. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. So, okay, so this is where we're all at now. Okay, great.
insane projection coming from Hasan, by the way. Asmongold responded to this, which we'll be checking out. Hasan is also trending on r/India for calling India a rogue
I just want to get you guys all caught up on Hamas Diddy Piker's monologue.
terrorist state. And that's ironic coming from the open terrorist supporter himself, lover of Hamas and
Oh, and bro calls me a bald pervert. That one's like kind of true though. So, I mean, you miss 100 of shots, or you miss every shot you don't take. He actually, he got me with that one. I'm not gonna lie. Low key, I am a bald gooner. I ain't gonna lie.
Houthis. Mr. America deserved 9/11. He's also beefing with
Oh, yeah, true. America deserved 9/11. That's right. I forgot about that one too. Oh, and terrorists are really cool.
another Indian-Canadian commentary YouTuber, Mudahar, from Some Ordinary Gamers.
Love that man.
And he's trying to slander him on Twitter as well. So as usual, we're going to check out all of these situations, starting with this video of Hasan slandering Asmon.
Can I give you a hot take? You want me to tell you the truth about Hamas Piker? I think he's cooked. And I think he knows he's cooked. And I think mentally, he can't handle this. But he knows that if he takes days off, people are going to think that he's weak. Because that's how insecure and fragile his ego is. I think he's intentionally trying to get banned. That way he has an excuse to take a step back. I think he's literally trying to get banned. 1,000,000%. Because guys, I'll be real. The walls are closing in. I think this guy's fucked. I think within the next 3 months, he's gone. I do. I really do.
Again.
Asmongold had a fairly balanced take. India had Gandhi. It's the country of peace and harmony. Asmongold had a fairly balanced take. Dude, Asmongold would literally laugh at you being ethnically cleansed if you're Indian, okay? He thinks brown people are inferior. What the fuck are you talking about?
You know what his source is? That he thought the Indian street food looked gross because they cook it in their hands and their armpits. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Hamas Piker. I really don't know about that one.
He just doesn't give a shit, but he is like seemingly siding with you, and that doesn't trigger any fucking alarm bells in your mind, okay? Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't even know that much about India versus Pakistan, but what the f does Asmongold know about India versus Pakistan? Holy shit. India
is India versus Pakistan happening right now? Did I miss the Earth update? Are we doing another war, guys?
Bros are attacking you on Asmon? Of course they are. I mean, go there then. Go there. Look at the thumbnail of his last video. JD Vance, India, Pakistan is none of our business. Pakistan Prime Minister just embarrassed himself on live TV.
Why are India and Pakistan angry at each other, guys? What's the scoop? What happened?
What actually happened in India? Muslim. Yeah, I wonder why people are looking at this and going, Asmongold has a really balanced take on this.
Yeah, this is basically the average Hamas, Diddy, Bin Laden, Adolf Piker stream.
He said it! He said it! Wait, does he watch my shit? Wait, did he get the full name?
Really balanced take on this.
Yeah, this is basically the average Hamas, Diddy, Bin Laden, Adolf Piker stream.
He missed Epstein. Oh, bro, that's so funny. Dude, Nux said that shit once, and I've been adding on to it ever since. That's so funny. Full credit to Nux. Full credit to Nux.
Getting triggered by chatters, going on an unhinged rant, and slandering people he disagrees with. Now, if you ever wanted to know Hasan's stance on anything, just look at the side which loves terrorists. It's like that one episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob really needs water to breathe, but in this case, it's Hasan needing to support terrorists. Also, if this absolute room temperature IQ moron even looked into the situation for 1 second, he would realize why.
It's because he has pretty privilege. And he's been told yes his entire life. And he's a Nepo baby. Because his father's a multimillionaire. And this is the, like I should not, this is the spoiled white kid that's got everything he wants in life. I guarantee you, he's had a hair transplant, 1,000,000%. Because he's friends with so many people who have had transplants. I know he probably has one as well. One of the most insecure men on earth, 1,000,000%. There's no way you'll ever convince me anything otherwise. The walls are actually closing in. I got stopped by CBP at global entry for additional questioning. I'm out. It wasn't that bad. Very strange experience. The walls are closing in, boys. The walls, they're closing in.
Why the titles are that way. For example, let's take a look at the video. Pakistan Prime Minister embarrasses himself on live TV. So if you guys didn't know, the Pakistan Prime Minister went on a CNN interview and was asked to provide evidence that Pakistan shot down 5 Indian drones. And his response was, just check social media, bro.
Pakistan claims it shot down 5 Indian Air Force jets and a drone, as I understand it. India says there's no evidence of that, no proof. So can you provide more detail? Hold on. Can you provide more detail?
It's all over the social media, on Indian social media, not on our social media. The debris of these jets fell into the Indian.
What? The fuck is Indian social media?
So it was on. I don't understand this. Like, wouldn't you know better than social media? Like,
it's all over Indian media today.
You're the defense
and they have
minister.
admitted their media has.
they're relying on social media as a source of information about what their own military is doing.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't follow politics at all, that clip is pretty embarrassing, right?
What the
Surely
fuck?
the prime minister would know about their own military, but apparently not. And obviously, Asmongold talking about this isn't really racist in any way. He's just sort of showing what actually happened there.
All India wanted to do was to make it very clear that people from Pakistan can't just come across the border, kill innocent civilians who are just enjoying a tourist holiday and walk back across without having to pay a price for it.
I think that's pretty fair.
That's
all
also
India
pretty
did
damn
was
reasonable.
React in self-defense to a terrorist outrage. And India did so in an extremely careful and calibrated manner, and making sure they struck only known terrorist bases and headquarters, and did so while very carefully avoiding striking any government or military installations in Pakistan.
So anyways,
I really like that dude's voice.
Asmongold had a fairly balanced take.
Yeah.
Asmongold would literally laugh at you being ethnically cleansed if you're Indian, okay?
Who says some shit like that?
I didn't know that.
Like, legit awful
Brothers are
what,
inferior.
man?
What the f are you talking
I
about?
want to remind you guys, Hasan is he's the knower. He knows what you're thinking, even if you're not thinking it. He is. He knows the answers to questions that you want to ask before you even know that you want to ask them.
He just doesn't give a shit, but he is like seemingly siding with
Oh,
you.
jeez. No, I can't see. Here's the problem.
I want to remind you that Hamas Diddy Piker, there was an issue over in I can't remember if it was you guys know what I'm talking about, the rapes that happened, where I believe there was like 500 people killed and there was tons of women raped, and Hamas Diddy Piker said, "Well, how do we know they're raped? There was no proof of it." And in case you guys don't know, there's never any hard proof for rape. There's only circumstantial evidence. And the reason why that is, well, it's because it's very hard to prove that, right? But the circumstantial evidence for Hamas Diddy Piker, they said wasn't good enough, was the women who were naked, bound, gagged, with bruising around their vagina, blood, and cum in their pussy. And he said, well, how do we know? There's no proof. So I guess, and then he says, well, why wouldn't they speak up about it? It's because they're all dead. It's because all the women who got raped, they're fucking dead. Right? So that's the guy that we're dealing with here today, guys. What a great face at Twitch. I'm so glad we're still here. I'm so glad he's on the front page in 2025, man.
It's
that great.
Even if I wanted to sue Hasan,
It's
I
great.
never would. But I couldn't because nobody gives a shit what he says. Nobody cares.
I don't even know that much about India versus...
You want to know why I care? Because it's so funny to make fun of him. It's great. I remember after Hasan lost his battle versus Asmon, and then he lost his battle versus Ethan, and then he lost his battle versus Nux, and then he lost his battle versus me. So what did he do? He went after my dad. Hey, he got a W though. He did. He did. Hey, he did. He got my dad permanently banned off of Twitch. Yep, guys, it's true. My dad can no longer stream on Twitch. Hey, you got him, man. Good job. Big W, man. Hell yeah. Maybe you can go after, like, you know, maybe in like 15 years when Ethan Klein's kids grow up, you can beef with them too. Although shit, maybe you can go right now. I bet you can call Ethan's kids out for like stealing a cookie from the cookie jar. Aren't you a thief though? Aren't you a thief? Like, okay, yeah, I guess so. Hey, good W, man. That's big. How does that save your career?
versus Pakistan. But what the does Asmongold know about India versus Pakistan? Holy shit. India bros are attacking you on Asmon? Of course they are. I mean, go there then. Go there.
Here's the clip of Hasan talking about that if you want to take it. What's this?
So it doesn't even matter. None of this justifies that Palestinians have a right to dignity, a right to emancipation, a right to live fucking free lives, free from this occupation. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much.
Well, I guess all the women who were killed and raped don't matter. Okay. Yeah, I'm like really convinced at this point Hamas Piker doesn't care about anything or talking about anything unless it can further his own narrative and his own agenda. That's fucking insane.
Look at the thumbnail
They did. That's why you're mad.
of his last video.
I get more updates about my YouTube channel from Hasan than I do from my editors.
Okay, so basically people are saying that Asmongold should sue Hasan for slander, but I guess it's more entertaining to see him completely
I'll be real, like, dude, dealing with the law is so boring. Like, it sucks. It's boring, it's frustrating, and it costs so much fucking money. It's insane. It's just really just not worth it. And the other thing is that, like, nobody really wants Hasan to get banned, because if he does, then he gets a vacation. At least with this, you know his mental health is getting absolutely fucked because he can't handle this fucking box that's closing in every day. And we lose our infinite content farm, man. Hey, look at the world's biggest piece of shit. Yeah!
lose his mind on the internet. Also, if you didn't know, Pakistan is known to harbor and protect terrorists, so obviously Hasan supports that and loves that. And
of
in
course.
pretty much any
Why
situation,
wouldn't
he
he?
will not look at any
That's
of the
what his
facts,
daddy
and
is.
instead just go straight to race, religion, ethnicity, skin color, and decide his opinion based on that, right? So let me explain to you why he hates India and he supports Pakistan.
Sure.
Basically, in Hasan's view, Pakistan equals Muslims, so therefore he has to support them, even though India has literally 200 million Muslims as well, and most situations are obviously more complex than that and have nuance to it. But of course, Hasan being the guy whose brain cells are on permanent vacation, it's very hard for him to see any situation as not black and white, right? Anyways, turns out r/India also caught on to Hasan's horrible political takes and realized that he called India a rogue terrorist state.
Wow, Face of Twitch, number one political streamer, is calling India a rogue terrorist state? Wait, what?
Probably not a good thing to say.
India bros who were cooking Hasan.
Probably a
He's
bad
actually
thing to
the
say,
second
huh,
biggest
guys?
Political streamer, not the first.
Face of Twitch and the number one political streamer is on calling India a rogue terrorist state in defense for Pakistan.
Any state that violates the sovereignty of another state and strikes civilian targets is a fucking rogue terrorist state. Say India,
Wouldn't that make Pakistan a rogue terrorist state?
but I would go so far as
Yeah, but that goes against his agenda, Asmon.
to say, yeah, they're doing terrorism. I'm sorry, I'm vehemently anti-Modi and his agenda, but to call India a rogue terrorist state is absolutely incorrect. This is a rogue terrorist action. She didn't even say India is a terrorist rogue state. I think she just said India is a rogue state. But I would go so far as to say, yeah, they're doing terrorism.
Yeah, you kind of know it's bad when even
They're doing terrorism. That just sounds so goofy to say.
Hasan's absolutely lobotomized cult fan base is disagreeing with him. Can someone explain to me, how do you become like this? This guy's brain is in airplane mode. You can't make this shit up. This is the same terrorist.
Because Hasan has never had to work for anything in his entire life. That's why. He was born into money. He earned nothing. He got everything from his daddy. That's it.
Supporting, you know, the same guy who says grapes never happened on October 7, the same guy who says Hamas is doing a good thing. Again, another reminder, this is the same guy who supports Houthi terrorists bombing ships and kidnapping unrelated Filipino sailors. This is the guy calling India a terrorist state in this conflict. You cannot be serious.
A rogue terrorist state action. That's precisely what that was.
I got, what do you even say? How does he always find himself on this side? How does this keep happening? Like, I remember everybody was spamming and they were like, oh.
It's gotten to a point where if you want to have correct political views, just hear Hasan's and then do the opposite. And 99 times out of 100, you'll be on the right.
Watch Hasan support this. And like, I didn't feed into this at all because I thought that it was unfair. And now we have the clip. Once again, we've had another side where Hasan has fallen off on the side of supporting terrorism. Who would have guessed?
Me, actually, I would have guessed at this point. Hasan is like the world champion at
Man, what a
supporting terrorists.
shock.
He loves having the wrong opinion, loves being on the extremist side. It's just a shame he even has a following. Like,
Biggest L take, though. Worse than him saying that India is a rogue terrorist state. He said that Frogan doesn't deserve all the hate she gets. And anybody who says that clearly just has no idea what's going on. They just don't. I mean, I'll be real. I've met many people, and everybody agrees that Frogan is the most unlikable piece of shit on the whole platform. She takes too many gigabytes away on her server because having to load in her fat body takes at least 18 times of any other stream. It's the truth. I hear it every day. And honestly, it's not getting any better, so we need to do something about this stream. We need to get her off the platform, the worst platform, to make it, we need to make Twitch great again.
Can you imagine being a guy who comes home from work or something? No, actually, they're probably unemployed, but sitting at
True.
home 10 hours a day, sitting
Not
and
probably,
watching
definitely.
streams, watching this guy just be wrong about everything, bro. You gotta be the most unemployed, absolute reject of society loser to actually enjoy this guy. Now, if you guys didn't know, Pakistan also harbored and protected Osama bin
You know what? Hasan looks pretty good in this photo. Maybe he was a little bit more handsome than I give him credit for.
Laden. While Pakistani authorities officially maintained they were unaware of Osama bin Laden's presence in Pakistan, a late Pakistani government report concluded that the collective failure of military and intelligence agencies allowed him to hide in the country for 9 years. This collective failure led to his ability to move within Pakistan unnoticed. Yeah, by that they mean they literally knew exactly where he was and helped him hide. But anyways, Asmongold has to...
You know, Osama bin Laden was playing Animal Crossing while he was being searched for by the United States Marine Corps. Just a little bit of fun fact there.
defend himself again. He says he's not racist, obviously.
Do you remember when a lot of the like anti-Indian racism started getting dialed up, like maybe
Yes.
like 8 months ago? That one guy made a video and he was talking about how he didn't like tipping and he was an Indian, and everybody was telling him to go back to India, even though everybody here in America hates tipping. I think
Yep.
Indians are great. I have tons of friends that are, not tons of friends, I have 3 or 4 friends that are Indian. I think they're great people. I'd love to go to India. I think their culture is great. I wouldn't necessarily eat some of the street food there, but I have a tremendous respect for them.
I'll be real. I got like no Indian friends. I don't think I even know an Indian in real life. I have no desire to go to India, but that's just because I don't talk to people and I don't want to go anywhere. That being said, I got nothing against him. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Oh, Muda? Oh, is Muda Indian? Well, I don't really know him. I like the guy though.
And I think that it's totally unfair, the amount of negative sentiment and negative criticism they get here in America because of call centers over there.
Yeah, what a racist, guys. You know, defending Indians and speaking out when they're...
I will be real though. Every single time I've ever been, I'm just being real. Every time I've ever got scammed, it was by a call center by an Indian. Out of the 3 times I got my credit card info stolen, it was by an Indian call center, to be completely honest. But I am a dumbass.
criticized. Sounds very racist to me. And really, it is rich coming from Hasan. He is exactly the type of guy to divide people by race and skin color, incite people to hate each other, and just encourage more and more racism. And I think people are sick of it. You know, people are sick of this D-bag sitting on his throne of lies and slander, and then accusing other people of the same shit he probably thinks.
Yeah, but look how cute he
a
is.
clip where Hasan is mad at the Pope being American.
He's focused on bogus. I mean, he was chosen by Francis. Like, he was one of the people that Francis chose, but Francis sometimes would do like a little bit of centrism. He has some woke qualities, but he's nowhere near as woke as Francis. Francis was a socialist. This is American. I'm just saying he's American, and I think Americans are gross. Americans do not have a understanding of the world, but the only saving grace with this Pope is the fact that he lived in Peru, dual citizen. America fighting anything is going to be bad because Americans have a very limited understanding of the universe.
Is anybody really...
Brother, then move. Then move. Why don't you move like all the Jews you told to go back to Auschwitz? Move to Africa, bro. Hey guys, I'm gonna say it. I think America's cool. Yep. I think America's good. I actually do. Want to know why? Because I get to get up in the morning, walk out of my house, and feel safe. It's nice. We got McDonald's and Burger King here. I think it's great.
Really surprised by the America bad take from Hasan. Hasan loves to sit in America, profiting off American capitalism,
Yep.
sitting in his $3
Yes, he
million
does.
mansion, streaming on Twitch, which is owned by Amazon, which is an American company,
Yep.
and making all his money through there, streaming to his American audience, and then says Americans are gross and he hates America and America deserves 9/11.
Love that.
Here's a proposition.
Love
How about
that.
you leave America then, you absolute flippin' loser?
That's
I
what I
really
said.
don't think anybody likes you there at this point, other than extreme far lefties, of course.
True.
Asmongold responded again.
As I said, guys, generational level crash out. I have not seen a crash out like this for a very, very long time. It has been nuts how bad this has gone, and I'm not surprised at all either.
And it's getting worse every day, and I'm telling you guys, something big is gonna come. I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you, something huge is gonna come. It's probably me.
Like, I'm really not. I think it's going to keep, and the funniest thing about it is that it's going to keep getting worse, I think.
Yep.
I think it's going to keep getting worse and more radical until there's something that's going to happen, right? There will be
Yep.
some form of straw that breaks the camel's back,
Yep.
and then everybody is going to know about this. Because this is like, I mean, there's a lot of these clips that are coming out so quickly and so close together that, man, this is a whole lot. Wouldn't it be the same as saying Africans are gross? That would be considered racist for sure. Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing. If I went and I said that Africans are gross or something like that, I would be suspended. And I think that would be fair too, right?
Absolutely.
Like I do. I think it would be fair to suspend somebody for that because you're categorizing an entire group of people and you're saying that they're bad, right? That's it.
Yeah, no, rules obviously don't apply on Twitch. As we've seen from the past, you can be openly anti-Semitic, openly racist, and Twitch will probably double your salary and wish you happy birthday, right? Then Asmongold reacts to Hasan once again bringing up on stream. I think Hasan is like real.
I think it's very obvious that Twitch is very like pro-left, pro-extreme left, because like they were doing ads on Twitch as bounties for fucking promoting Kamala Harris. Like, come on. I mean, like, how much more blatant can you possibly get?
Jealous at this point that Asmongold's a bigger streamer.
Yo, Kanye's back. 65,000 views 50 minutes ago. He posts like peaceful protest got
Future fans. I mean, honestly, I'm glad. You know, I'm glad because, like, you know, for a long time, you know, Hasan would bring guests over and show them terrorist propaganda, and now he's just complaining about my YouTube channel.
Yep.
So I actually think this is a pretty big improvement.
It's
for
big
him.
W.
So yeah, I mean, this is it's great. I'm happy. He's showing me to more people. You know, I might have just
Good
gained
dude.
2 fans.
Good
This
dude.
is a great thing for me. So yeah, it's a bit of an improvement, right? Huge fucking improvement, massive personal growth, huge props for Hasan for this. He's doing a great job. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so what Asmongold was referencing was Hasan bringing his streamer friend on stream and playing terrorist propaganda music videos and praising them while he watches. And yeah, I think it is.
I do wonder what Hasan's friends, streamer friends, I wonder how they defend being friends with Hasan. I do genuinely wonder how they justify it in their heads on how they're friends with this massive piece of shit. Yeah, I mean, you can say what you want about Asmon, but every horrific take he's ever made is like, he's been apologized for and repented for. The only thing that he says is bad, he says some pretty big incel shit. But are we really going to deny that gamers just aren't incel build? Like, let's be fucking real. And guys, I'll be real, I'd rather hang out with an incel than a guy who hates America and loves terrorism. I'm good, man.
It is pretty embarrassing that Hasan's entire career is politics and he's getting dusted by Asmongold, who is pretty much like a gamer, right? Now, there's also this clip of Hasan admitting that he wears the Palestine scarf just as a performance.
I've been in this community for years. I'm on your side and support Palestine. I watch you every day. And Ethan's community will take it as performative to wear it during this discussion, as you have only worn it maybe once in the last 2 years. No, you take it the wrong way. I don't care. Yeah, it is a performative gesture. What do you mean? Yes, it is a performative gesture. I don't care. If you are presenting yourself as a pro-Palestinian community, why would you actually have an issue with such a performative gesture?
Well, because it's not genuine, you absolute moron. You just admitted it's a performative gesture. You literally just wear it to shield yourself from criticism. Hasan is getting closer and closer to Hamas here, you know, just using Palestinians as a shield. Maybe they'll actually recruit you one day, bro. Keep glazing. Now, basically, if you didn't know, there's this account called Yeet that posts a bunch of Hasan clips and just shows how much of a hypocrite he is. And Hasan thinks he's a stalker.
This is another.
Oh, bro, Yeet, he has ruined Hasanabi's fucking life, right? Because LSF is brigaded as fuck, right? It's brigaded as fuck, and they protect Hasan non-fucking stop. But he's like LSF, but 13 times the size, and man, he is eating him alive on Twitter.
The one about me. He's thinking.
But also, Asmongold and Ethan both follow my main stalker account.
This is not a stalker account.
It's not a stalker account. It was literally just an LSF, but for people who aren't retarded. It was never a stalker account. Here's the reality, Hasan. You just do so much dumbass shit that goes mainstream. That's why he's talking about you so much. And he just weighs in with his own perspective on what he thinks when there's a absolute dunk available.
This is a person who's posting clips from your public broadcast on Twitter. That's not stalking.
Yeah, another classic Hasan strategy. He basically has this tendency of labeling anyone he disagrees with a harmful label so that people discount them, right?
There's no way bro doesn't know who I am. There's no way. He is saying everything that I say. There's no way he doesn't know who I am. Yo, more Pegasus. You want to do a podcast, bro? You want to do a podcast? Hey, could be good.
So if you disagree with him supporting terrorists, well, now you support genocide. If you call him out with videos or clips, well, now you're a stalker. If he doesn't like you, like a streamer like Tectone, well, you're a grapist. If you
I'm telling you, he knows. I'm telling you, he knows. I'm telling you. I love this guy. This guy's the man.
Him and viewers while streaming like Asmongold, well, then you killed your mom and you hate brown people. But anyways, let's move on to the Mudahar versus Hasan situation, starting with Muda's tweet here. The more I see of Twitch, the more I'm surprised how Amazon hasn't cracked down on his leadership at all, taking Time Bomb. Hasan's response saying the platform he's on, YouTube, has a less strict application of TOS for political commentary. They literally have Nazis on there, and this MF is constantly chirping about Twitch because I'm explaining why the Houthis are implementing a blockade against Israel's genocide. I mean, Hasan is literally the face of Twitch at this point, and he's openly
Why is his head so small? He really is the master of disguise. I'm telling you, you shave that beard, here's the master of disguises.
Anti-Semitic, so I feel like Twitch definitely supports that, bro. I'm not gonna speak on YouTube because the website is so big, I literally can't tell if there's some weird shit at the corner of the internet that I haven't seen. But what I see in front of my face and in my recommended is pretty normal stuff. It's not nearly as extremist as Twitch. I'm actually speaking about the glorification of terror groups, something I know for a fact that isn't allowed under the YouTube Partner Program, as I've assisted creators who were flagged for having jokes on their videos years ago.
Yep.
I'm not talking about political ideological extremes. I hope you know I'm not a right-wing Nazi, but I'm very much against promoting terror organizations using my religion as a shield.
The problem with the far left is now that they're so far left that people who are still left look far right. And that's why there's so much infighting on the left, bro. It's pathetic.
To ruin our name in front of the world. You do a lot more than just explain. You endorse organizations that promote violence, bigotry, and the eradication of groups of people. There we go. That's a good point. Obviously, Hasan tries to spin it in a way that I'm just explaining, guys. I'm just explaining why we should all love the terrorist targeting civilians. I didn't expect much in good faith from the champagne leftist Nepo baby.
We all need that.
Houthis and ISIS are enemies, you oaf. The American government considers Cuba and DPRK to be terror states as well. You're crying about a ridiculous designation that Trump slapped on in 2020 to aid KSA in his deadly blockade. Biden overturned it, then put it back on to aid Israel. How are you still defending the Houthis, bro? You are like their #1 spokesperson. My God, I wouldn't be surprised if he was a member, bro. Like he's an honorary member at this point.
Yeah, he's defending the guys that bombed civilians in an airport like fucking 6 days ago, bro. Like, what are we doing in big 2025?
And this would be like demanding I get banned for interviewing a Cuban doctor in Cuba after Marco Rubio tried to make Cuba's medical missions illegal. Cuba is also designated a state sponsor of terror. The entire point of 1A is so I can discuss these things freely. Dumb Canadian. I love how he
There's a difference between discussing something and glorifying it.
specifically calls him
And he's being intentionally ignorant to this.
a Canadian here, bro. Muda is way more Indian than you are Turkish, you piece of shit. Do you think I'm using an American designation? Cute name calling, but I'm Canadian. My government and many others consider them to be a radical terror organization. The whole world isn't the US. There are many ridiculous designations, I agree. This specific designation has merit decided by numerous countries, even countries who aren't friendly with each other. Or we don't have to look at the designations, actually just look at what they're doing. They're targeting civilians, they're kidnapping civilians. Again, can this man have a honest discussion without name calling like a child? I
No, he can't. All he does is name call. That's it.
love how there's
And it's not fat, stupid, ugly. It's rapist, racist, murderer.
Mike from PA, the flippin' Omega Sim saying, there's so many Nazis on YouTube and you're doing nothing. Why not spend your time trying to enforce the OS on a website you... Oh my god, bro. Go back to simping for Bad Bunny, bro. Then Muda says, I apologize for putting Hasan in your feed tonight. Sadly, I have to defend myself against certain people. I apologize for putting him in your feed for the last 50 videos, but yeah, this is the new saga. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And, you know, somebody gotta call him out. You know, I gotta protect the uninformed people from becoming cult members, you know?
It does make me happy how many people are calling out Hasan on his bullshit. It's like a worldwide phenomenon right now.
Instead of wasting my time any further, I bid you guys a good night and I'll spend it with my loving family. I hope you can do the same tonight too, Hasan. For a man to claim I'm nothing more than a dumb slop tuber, he sure loves to stroke more drama to sloppily upload to his Clips industrial complex. Bro, slop tubers are Hasan's worst enemy. He likes to like put that name so it like discredits everything we say, but honestly, we are completely exposing the shit out of this guy.
And also, all Hasan does is drama slop. Like, who the fuck is he to say anything, brother? That's all he does.
He can't do anything because it's like, how do you even argue against these points? Then Muda attaches a picture of Hasan's channel. Slop tubers keep trying to cancel me, and we got Mudahar and Asmongold. Then he responds saying, rent-free Lamau. Hasan is the perfect definition of slop producing, drama chasing content creation. You can try to pretend to be above it because you cover politics. Funny how Asmongold's side channel beat out the top political streamer in his category.
Yep.
That's one thing I absolutely love, that Hasan cares about views so much, and he's getting absolutely dusted by a guy who literally fell through a ceiling. Mudahar, how does it feel to be a right-winger now? Smartest Hasan fan here. On an extended note, many turtle leftists have joined in, and frankly, I don't have the time nor need to address everyone from Hasan's camp. I do think it's important to reply to the largest voice, the man himself. I don't think Hasan at the end of the day is a truly evil man. That's where you're completely wrong. I completely disagree. He is absolutely evil. There is no way. Come on, Muda. You gotta watch my 8-part series. I don't know what this drama...
Yeah, I'm gonna be real, bro. People don't at this point understand that Hasan is a evil, vile human being. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, just open your eyes for 3 seconds. It's embarrassing.
He keeps bringing on actually does. He has real targets to go after for promoting vile hate, like himself, like literally himself. But he chooses to go after me, who is most ideologically on his side. You are not ideologically on.
Bro calls everybody a Nazi and owns a swastika sword, man. Even though where that fucking sword is from, he doesn't watch, and he doesn't even like the anime. So why do you own it?
Side, bro. I'm sorry. However, not clearly as extreme in rhetoric. Yeah, that means you're not on his side, bro. If you're like a regular lefty or moderate lefty, you're not anywhere near Hasan. This guy is so far extreme, it's crazy. Mudahar hits back at one of the accounts Hasan's been obsessively retweeting. This person said lol and is Mudahar's name, and then it translates to urine diet here. And Mudahar says it's an Arabic origin name, Lamau. He's a fanboy of a notoriously racist streamer. They aren't known for being knowledgeable about different cultures, just being hateful towards them. Sounds like Hasan. Now apparently Hasan also used a slur against Indian people. I didn't even know this was a thing, but
Really?
apparently he did.
If another one of you 14-year-old pasty little skin dumb motherfuckers or shit dick dumb motherfuckers calls me little bro, I'm gonna whip you like a fucking towel. Do you understand?
Then Ethan posts this meme. Keep it
Oh my God. What?
coming. So you're saying you were raped. Let's see the clip. And
Classic Hasan.
we got Hasan just there to do some analysis, you know? Here's what people are saying. Hasan detected, opinion rejected.
Yep.
Now click this video or Hasan becomes your new history teacher.
Hell fucking no. Great fucking video, man. That was insane. More people trying to bring Hasan to justice. I fully endorse this. All right, boys, like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one.